Hello everyone, this is Rohan from Rohan Mishra Photography, and today I'll be talking about what's there in my camera bag. So let's go ahead. In one camera bag, I carry all my cameras and lenses, which I frequently use, and in the other camera bag, I keep all my lighting equipments. Okay, so this camera bag is basically a low pro 100 AW, which I have been using for many years now. So let's open it. So to start with, in the front pocket, basically I have my business card holder, and inside, okay, let's go through it. So this is the battery pouch, which carries all my camera batteries as well as flash batteries, a 70-200 f-mount lens, 2470 f-mount lens. This is my most used lens in any ceremony. Basically, it's a versatile lens, very sharp and very sturdy. Coming back to the 70-200 lens, I use this lens mostly during the receptions where I have certain working distance. Also during the couple shoot where I need that kind of lens compression and out of focus bokeh. Okay, let's see what we have. The next one is, okay, this is the macro lens, which comes out of the bag sparingly, but it's a must-have lens, especially for taking those detailed shots and the macro shots or beauty shots if you want to go really close. Okay, then we have the Sigma 35mm, which this is again an f-mount lens which I use, and this is really useful where I need separation from the background at f1.4 and at the same time I have a very less working distance. So basically if there is a ceremony happening and I want to isolate the subject, say the bride and the groom, from the rest of the background, at the same time I want the whole story to be told where other people are still present in the frame but they are a little out of focus. So that's one. Now these are the lenses. I have one more lens, that's the 85mm 1.8. I'll come back to that lens. It's there in the next bag, which we'll switch. But before that, let me show you my camera bodies. Okay. So this is the Z6, which I have been using I think for the past 1 year, and it's a lovely little camera, very versatile, especially useful for the videos. It's a very sharp lens, and in terms of video capabilities, it's far ahead of the usual DSLR cameras. Now the main difference which you can see here is, see the mount how big it is. Okay, and it has the in-body stabilization. The IBIS is there in these cameras, which makes the videos to be silky smooth. Okay, so what I do normally, I keep the 2470 f4s lens on this camera as it is. The reason for that is if I have to take a video or a still where I don't have time basically to change my lenses and stuff, this setup is good to go. I have to just mount my flash and just start shooting. So that's one. I have another lens for the Z mount, which is the 50mm 1.8. It's a beautiful lens, especially for taking bridal portraits, couple shots, or in low light situation where you need that separation, where you need that low light capabilities from the camera. Okay, so coming to the next body. This is my D850, and I love this camera. I have been using for I think almost 1.5 to 2 years now. It's an amazing camera. For still, it's a high resolution camera, having a focus system which is very fast, especially in low light. it works like a charm. So most of the time I am either on a Z6 or 850 with a 2470 lens. Now this is my old friend D810, which I have been using for a long time now. I usually couple it with the 70-200 lens, and it's basically it works. This two combination works really well. I also use this camera body with other lenses, but the most used lens is the 70-200. Now I do have the Fpc adapter as well. This is an amazing small thing which helps me adapt all my f-mount lenses to the mirrorless body. Makes it really easy for me to use all my f-mount lenses on my Z bodies. Okay, let's dive in some of our, oh yes, and forgot to mention, D800 is the one on which I'm currently shooting with a 50mm lens. This works as a backup camera for me in worst case scenarios. If I need an extra body, God forbid if any of the camera bodies fail, I should be having another camera, and usually it goes as a backup camera. Okay, so this is a think tank pouch for all my cards, and we have some extra cards in here, the old ones just in case I need some extra cards. And yes, I have a microfiber cloth in there for cleaning my lenses in emergency situation. And yes, so this is a lens pen. It's a pretty handy tool. If by chance you have a spot on your lens or there's dust around, it's a pretty cool thing. It has a carbon material which can be used directly on the lens to clean out the dust or any spots. And yeah, for bigger molecules, or I would say bigger dust particles, this brush is pretty handy. Okay, so yeah, and I have a couple of, let's open this and show it to you. So these are like lights. These are like light stands which I got with my SB910, just in case if I want to mount them and I need a bracket, so this works well. These are cold shoes basically. And I have a couple of extra cards there, CF card. I do carry a black foamy thing which I sometimes use on my flashes to block the spill of the light when I'm using an on-camera flash. So it gives the direction to my flash and avoids the spill. And I have some rubber bands to basically tie it to my flash. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my camera bag. Okay, I'll be moving to the next bag now. Okay guys, so before we jump into our next bag, I just wanted to show you my camera strap, the harness which I use to put my cameras onto it. Usually I shoot with one camera at a time because most of the time I have a second shooter or probably a third shooter along with me. But there are times where I need another body and we have like less number of people shooting a wedding. So there I use this. It's a hold fast moneymaker camera harness, and it's very strong and stylish. So yeah, it goes along with my wedding attire, and it looks really smart. Okay, so that's all about the camera strap. Let's go to our next bag. Now this is Manfrotto Reloader 55, and basically the front chain usually carries our laptop while we are traveling, and all our lighting equipments are placed well in this camera bag. Now we'll start from our flashes. So I have 3 SB910 flashes which are placed right here, and out of these 3 flashes I do have a Magmod grip on 2 of them, because I use Magmod modifiers on all my shoots, and these are pretty handy equipments to have with. Okay, so these are 3 flashes. Then comes the 8200. It's a very powerful flash from Kodox, and it works as an off-camera flash for all our needs. We have an extra battery for the 8200, and yeah, so this is basically the bulb head which comes along with the 8200, and we use this along with the Kodox. I believe the name of the softbox is S7 for 8200. It's a pretty small and cheap softbox, and the 8200 simply slides into it on this bulb. The results are actually beautiful. The other head on this is a normal flash head, which when we need to use our Magmod modifiers, we use this head onto that. Yes, coming back to the lenses, I do have an 85mm 1.8 which I keep in this bag just in case I'm really tired and the day is long. I want to shoot something light. I probably replace my 70-200 with the 85mm, and yeah, it gives some more life to me to work along the day. There are some extra batteries for our triggers. We have two X-Pro triggers for our Kodox flashes. We have these Kodox X1RN receivers for our Nikon speedlights. So there are scenarios where we need to combine both flashes like the 8200 and the SB910, where we need the front light as well as a side light or a back light. There we need these receivers to basically pair up our SB910s onto it. Okay, let's go to the modifiers. So we do have the gel from Magmod, Mag Gel, and these are the grids. I have 2 of them just in case I want to narrow the beam a lot. Then I use the Mag Grid, 2 of them. And so we have the Mag Bounce. This is a Mag Bounce, and it's a pretty handy tool for us in situations where we don't have anything to bounce off and we have to light up the whole group or a scene. This works well. So that's one modifier. The other one is the Maxsphere, and we use the Maxsphere mostly in scenarios where we want the light to be a little more focused, as well as a less specular than a flash. So this is the Maxsphere. Apart from that, I do have some extra triggers which I use in specific scenarios, and these are completely manual triggers from Photex. So it's a Photex Strato 2 multi, and what I love about these triggers is you have a pass-through hot shoe. So basically what it does is, like, if you mount this on your camera, and if you can put your flash in TTL mode, the flash will still work in your in TTL mode, but at the same time it can trigger another flash where the receiver has been placed. So scenarios where we have the reception dance and I want the TTL capability of my flash, at the same time I want a kicker or a backlight, this setup really works. Okay, what else do we have? So yes, this is the cover for the bag which comes along, and yes, we do have some okay, so this is a prism which we use to get some kind of flares or different kind of effects when we place it in front of our lenses for photos and videos. You can get it on Amazon. It's pretty much available anywhere nowadays. And we do have fractal filters. Basically, these are again glasses which you can place in front of your lens, and it does give different kind of effects to your images for the creative ones. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I covered all of my bag here, and yeah, so that's it. That's what we carry usually on a shoot with 2 to 3 photographers, and this kit works really well. Apart from that, if we are shooting video, we shoot it with a Z6. It's our go-to camera for any kind of video works. There's one more thing which I wanted to share with you. This is the Kodox LC500 video light stick. It's really useful, especially when you are doing videos and for photos. You do have both the sides. You have a daylight balance as well as a tungsten on both the sides of this. It's very bright and pretty portable. The battery lasts for us. It lasts for the whole shoot without charging it. So yeah, it's a pretty handy tool to have. The last one is our basic 5-in-1 reflector, and I usually use either the white or the silver side of it. I do use the black side of it as well, where I want to create some kind of shadows or create a definition during our portrait session. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. That's what we shoot usually on our wedding day. Okay guys, so I'll be putting a link for all my gears which I have just shown you. If just in case if you want to go through it again, and if you have any queries, feel free to get back to me. I'll be more than happy to answer your queries. Thanks for staying there and watching our video. Goodbye. Hit like and subscribe to our channel for more such interesting videos.